Oh, hey everybody, welcome to It's Tuesday. Also known as, what did I call today's stream? Pre-Tutty and Tutty? Pre-Tutty and Tutty? I will announce to you the games that will be present on Tutty today. After these commercial breaks. No, not after these commercial breaks. We are going to play... You know them already? Okay, prove it. Show me. I do see a lot of right answers. No, I believe one of them is wrong. But I can understand... It's already on the website. Okay, so the one that I thought was wrong... no, wait. Never mind. I think that's correct. I thought Battleship would not be on, but then I looked up in the call, and I was like, oh, I suggested Battleship. And then I said, I don't think it would work, and then a second later I said, actually, I think it would be legendary. So for Tabletop Simulator today... Well, sorry, for Team Unity Tabletop Tuesday, we're going to be playing Ticket to Ride, Clue, Sorry, and Battleship. We have some flex games in case one of those doesn't work. But that's what we're going to be doing there. As for what we're going to be playing first, for this hour, I hadn't really thought about it. There's a couple of things percolating. We could peep Ether Loop again, which I thought was one of the games that was on Northern Lion Tries and was a lot of fun recently. And I thought we could always play some more Cook Serve Delicious 3. But honestly, my honest appraisal of Cook Serve Delicious 3 is that it's a great game that not everybody loves watching me play it because it's kind of exclusively focused on getting those orders out ASAP. So I think that that's like 60-40 in terms of viewership. And not like numbers, but in terms of what they like. And, we could always play Spelunky as well. I've been playing... the Spelunky fire has been reignited. But you are getting a lot of Spelunky on a daily basis because I've been crushing the golden goblets. Mouth's throwing. He didn't really throw on the first day. He did really well on the first day. He just died. If he had made it to the end, he would have won. I don't know what happened. I think he used too many bombs to ghost the vault, and then he had to jump on Anubis' head, which is hilarious. He nearly won anyway. Yeah, well, why don't you check out today's episodes? Let me know how he's doing. It's not like my video is longer than Malf and Dan's put together. Brat. We saw the tweet. I'm trying to think. Between Ether Loop and Spelunky, which one would I rather play? Let's play some Ether Loop. It's newer, and to be honest, we might only end up streaming it like, one or two times. Why not do it? Because we've played... Spelunky's evergreen. Spelunky is like... We could play Spelunky on the stream in 2028. Not after Spelunky 2 comes out? We could play Spelunky after Spelunky 2 comes out. Nobody wants to think about this. But I have no idea to assume that this is the case, but There's always the chance Spelunky 2 comes out and is good, but not as good as Spelunky 1, in which case people would probably default to the original, would be my guess. So this is basically, if you want to know what's going on in this game, this is Ether Loop. Let me make sure I've got the game title set. I do not. Ether Loop. It is essentially Enter the Gungeon, but with a little bit, I would say the item setup is almost a little bit more like Risk of Rain, because you can stack multiples of the same item. It came out in, I'm a fool. It came out in early access like a week ago, and was recently featured yesterday in a Northern Land Tries. Which is how some people in the audience are familiar with it by default. Literally every game is like Gungeon if you shoot something. Yeah, but like, I mean, what game would you describe this as if not Gungeon? I am a fool. Children of Morta. This is way more, I mean, visually, ooh, double stack crit chance. I'll accept Nuclear Throne as like the only other answer that to me makes any sense. Logically. Oh, okay. Wizard of Legend? I mean, honestly, that's just... Is it like Wizard of Legend? Yes. Is it more like Wizard of Legend or Gungeon? Come on. I'm just asking for honesty, that's it. What are you? Oh, spread shot. That boss was like Pin? No it wasn't. Every boss is like Pin if it goes under the ground. One burn stacks up to 5 times. Honestly, forget all that. We need to buy a little bit of protection. I also think you can make the argument there's a little Noida stuff going on here, because like in addition to your stats and like advantages and stuff, there's also different gun types that I think, you know, I don't think it's a one-to-one comparison obviously, but thematically they kind of have similar elements. Tutty starts in just under 1 hour from now. Never seen this before. Okay. Yo, 20% damage boost. Don't mind if I do. Excuse me, sir. I don't have range, so I very much need you to stop attacking me. And not be in a room with other creatures of the same ilk and variety. Yo, more stacked critical chance. And better crit damage and better crit chance. That's absurd. How's your cup been going? Thank you for reminding me to talk about my favorite subject, which is myself. I did not mean to buy that, but I was gonna think about buying it. It freezes enemies. It's been going well. I mentioned like last week or earlier this week, but actually I think it was on Sunday. But like we were really busy at the start of 2020, and it screwed things up a little bit. So I've only lost... I weighed myself yesterday at the gym, and I started 2020 at like 205. This is spice, dude. And I was like 201.2, which is not bad, but it's a little... It's slower, not slower than I'd like, but I think slower than it could have been for the... Let's go. For the first month. Because usually at the start of the cut, I mean, it's easier. But I lost a lot of strength, but honestly, like last week... Oh my Lanta, dude. Last week, I was like, oh, I've lost a lot of strength. This week, like on Monday, I was like, I feel like I'm like 98% back to where I was. So I think it was just getting, you know, it was just... No, I don't want to call it like being distracted, because that sounds like there's not good excuses. Like we were genuinely busy with important stuff at the start of January. So let's just call it busy instead of distracted. My priorities were in a different place, but now that we've ironed the kinks out there, I can apply. I can rework my priorities a little bit. Ability is cheaper. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Like Dan and I have talked about this a lot. We talked about it during the Borderlands series. Projectiles ricochet +1 targets. But like I have no range. There you go. We froze them. The cold never bothered them anyway. More crit damage as well. You flinched, Paul. You gotta, it's very dangerous to get out of the routine, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to think of a cool way to say it, but instead of having a cool way to say it, you should probably just say it in the most, like, unambiguous way possible. Like, if you actually care about getting, you know, stronger or leaner or whatever, like, you gotta give yourself very, very, very little rope to get out of your own routine. Dodge too late. Alright, we're starting again. That was a good run. We had cool stuff stacked up there. Like, the way I think about it, like, you know, if you're sick, don't go to the gym, obviously. Blow away enemy projectiles around you. But, like, if you're... Freeze monsters in front of you. I'll stick with this new one. If you're sick, don't go to the gym. For sure. Like, that's very selfish. But, like, as soon as you're better, I would advise you not to be like, hey, I'm gonna go back on Monday. Just go back. You know, maybe it's Thursday. Go back on Friday instead. Because it's only... Every day that you're... Like, the first day that you're away, you're like, oh, it feels bad. I don't feel right. But then, like, every day from that point onwards, not going feels more normal. It's the same with, like, any habit, I think. You know? I think it's like streaming. You know, you stream, like, you know, every day or almost every day. If you have to take one of your scheduled days off for whatever reason, you're like, oh, this doesn't feel right. But then if you do it, like, 3 days in a row, you're like, this is who I am now. Hello. Hey, Ryab, hello. I wish there were imposed days off on Twitch. I don't know. Like, you're gonna get me in a lot of trouble. You know, if you watch Isaac, I'm one of those guys who's like, I always make fun of YouTubers and streamers, because people, like, they blow smoke up our ass all the time about having, like, the hardest job in the world when we make our own hours and can play whatever we want and work from home and take a day off whenever we choose and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter, because anytime I say, like, oh, this is my perspective on Twitch, people are like, yeah, it doesn't matter for you because the rules don't apply to you. Which is frustrating in and of itself. But we don't have to go there. I'm not trying to be negative. The universe saw fit to bless you with a large audience, so your advice is not relatable. Blast them. I think most streamers should take more time off. For sure. He's done it. Like, I mean, just in general, if you, hold on, I have to address this. Isn't this the exact criticism NL had of the Fortnite bed guy? The Fortnite bed guy was being mocked mercilessly because he told people to sell their beds to become pro streamers. If what I'm saying right now sounds like that, then you have misinterpreted it. I choose to recognize that that is your mistake and not mine. You may disagree, though. Help me. Here's the best way to put this, okay? This is so spiced early on. Thank God for the HP. Here's the, I think the nicest light side way to put this. I think if you stream 50 hours a week, 7 days a week, the #1 quality of life improvement you could make is upping your stream hours on the other 6 days so that you're still working the same amount, but actually giving yourself 1 day off to handle the things in your life that you will choose not to handle because you're working every single other day. So even like, that was horrible. Even if you're like not changing your amount of hours streamed weekly, just giving yourself 1 day to be like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, you know, I don't know, I'm gonna meet like my accountant or like start doing my tax stuff, or I'm gonna do meal prep, or I'm gonna like, you know, go for a long bike ride or something like that. Even just having like some mental clarity. It's not really like, I don't think the #1 factor is like the amount you work hours wise. I think it's the number of days you work. In terms of like, you know, leading to burnout and like bad work-life balance and stuff. Because when I was working 7 days a week, I had excuses to not do like so many things. Oh, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do that. I can't do that. I gotta work today. You know, you gotta feed the beast. But then, like, you know, on many of my work days, I was not working at 100% capacity. I was working at like 75% capacity. It's much better to work at like, you know, 80 to 100% capacity for 6 days, and then have 1 day you can actually like not be subject to anonymous criticism on the internet. That's my #1, and I'm not an expert. You know, there's streamers who are probably better at work-life balance than me, and there's streamers who are, I'm sure, I mean, obviously more successful than me. But I'm also like, that's my #1 tip. If you're literally working 7 days, please God, stop. Work 6. 6 I get, trust me. I'd much rather do 4 10-hour work days than 5 8-hour ones. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think that's probably the majority, to be honest. Because, like, especially if you have to go to your office, like, yo, SMG, but it doesn't aim very well. Especially if you have to go to your office, it's like, you know, half of the problem with going to work, right, is not just being at work, but it's like, I gotta wake up early, I gotta shower and shave, I gotta commute. And even if there's no work, I gotta be there anyway for that length of time. Hold on, 130. I like Ricochet, and let's get some Shock, and I can't buy that, but that's okay. Yeah, this is new, Bear. It just came out in early access last week. It seems to me, look, I don't, Ether Loop developer, if you're watching, this is not meant to be insulting. Is it as robust as, like, you know, a Spelunky, Gungeon, etc., etc. Doesn't seem like that right now, but it seems just slightly below that. Which makes it, I think, a great candidate for a little bit of streaming or YouTubing. Plus, it's very, very easy to understand if you've engaged in those systems in other games. Trust me, you can ask people in chat who've been watching Northern Lion Tries. I have played probably... In the last 30 days, I bet I played 7 new roguelites, and this is the best by far, I think. Oh, jeez. Hey, come on now. I've never made it past the second floor, though. What about Snake Bus? Not a roguelike, for one. I'm happy that a lot of people got enjoyment out of the Snake Bus video, but people are like, man, you really sucked at Snake Bus. All I'm gonna say, or Snaky Bus, sorry. All I'm gonna say is that by the end of that episode, I was like, at least 7 out of 10 nauseous. I was getting wicked motion sickness from whipping around. Extra status effect damage. Card game dungeon crawlers seem fun. I'm having a real... I don't disagree. You're talking, I'm assuming, about either spell, card, sword, dungeon top, or a long way down, which are largely pretty similar. I have one problem with those games, and I'm still trying to figure out whether I actually like card games. Yeah, let's grab this. Or if I just like Slay the Spire so much that it tricked me into thinking I like deck builders. Because a lot of the one exception to this is Griftlands, which I think is a super great idea. And really well executed even this early. And it's not unexpected because Clay always like knocks it out of the park, right? But every other one, I'm like, yeah, but like I see what you're doing here, but Slay the Spire is just like, is just better right now, and I don't really see like a good reason to play this instead of Slay the Spire. Because like you'd be like, oh, it's something new, but it's not really, because it's like, you know, strike, defend, you know, give an enemy weakness, and you know, you get the idea. 1 second of immunity after taking damage. Let's do it. Oh, you know what? Let's get a protection sentinel as well. This is the most items I've ever seen. Like this, like Ether Loop is very similar to like, you know, Enter the Gungeon, Nuclear Throne, many other games of this kind of similar ilk. But for whatever reason, like when I play it, I'm like not exclusively. What the heck is this? Whoa! What hit me? Oh, I probably walked through one of his bombs or something. When I play this, I'm not exclusively thinking like, man, I really wish I was playing Gungeon right now. But when I play other games, like deck builders, I'm like, man, kind of wish, like, it's good, but I wish I was playing Slay the Spire right now. You know what? I was wrong. I have beaten this boss once. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for the delicious homemade mandu.
Can I kill it off?
You can show it off. We're probably in bitrate hell right now anyway, so it's a good time. I don't know, but I can't see the screen, so we're in a little. It's tight. It's tight right now. I'm just trying to keep myself in the corner. They are homemade.
I made it.
Yeah, they are Kate's mandu, which we made for Lunar New Year. Kate, can I ask you something? It's an honest question. I was thinking about this earlier this week. Does it ever, as someone who's Korean, does it annoy you when people refer to Lunar New Year as Chinese New Year? She said no. That's me getting offended on another culture's behalf. Because, like, Korean people celebrate Lunar New Year as well. And, you know, like, I don't know. I find it strange when, like, Americans will say, like, Happy Chinese New Year in Chinese on Twitter. And I'm like, but it's not Chinese New Year. It's Lunar New Year. Right? It's like if there was a North American Independence Day and people were like, Happy Independence Day to all my American friends. I would be like, I'm not American. No, that doesn't exist, to be fair. No, I'm not from the... American in America, like in North America, refers to people from the United States. In Europe, we don't... Nobody cares. I'm sorry. If you're Dutch and you're talking to your friend from Belgium and you want to call me an American and I don't hear it, whatever. That's... What, I don't have eyes everywhere. I'm not going to stop you. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Will Smith, Men in Black 1. So you're European? No, I'm Canadian. Oh, so you're American. See? You're causing some problems. Hi! What's the difference? I mean, are we talking about, like, in terms of culture or in terms of, like, genetics? Really depends on your perspective. I think we're all aware of the rough geographical region where my genes come from. I do want to do, like, I'm always stunned, like, my parents and my grandma as well. She has, like, no idea the heritage of my family at all. Which is always amazing to me. Like, a couple of years ago when I was back in my hometown, I was talking to my grandma, and I was like, do you know, like, the history of our family? And she's like, not really. I know that, like, my grandfather grew up in Quebec. And I was like, we really, like, we have such an opaque genetic line in our families. Nobody wrote anything down for, like, the entire 1900s until my grandma was born. Please. What are you? Do you have range? Now, I think we should stick with our high range. That might be roughly the same. It's close enough. They wrote it down, but then you sharded on the paper. If you're gonna be a one-joke pony, make sure it's a good one. This was not really a surprise, to be honest. I'm still getting used to the dodge, like, obviously, haven't mastered the dodge yet. All I'm gonna say is if you're watching this and you're like, I would never take damage from that because I'm good at Gungeon, the dodge is just slightly different enough to mess with it. I refuse. One day, Ryan will ban all shark jokes. Unlikely. I mean, really, here's the way I look at it. Every time a shark joke is made, I find it funny, and it also fosters a greater sense of community. I know that anybody in my chat who's invested enough in the memes to know Ryan Sharded is a meme, you know, they're going to keep coming back. They're going to keep using their prime tokens within the community, and, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, baby. Walked right through it. Yo, our abilities are going to be super cheap. Yeah, the shard will bring us together. Mouth will mention a shard again. That's Joy Division. Try reading Rolling Stone magazine sometime. Shart back at 1. Classic. Brian McKnight. What'd you think about the Grammys? I thought about, because I'm embracing this boomer TikTok energy I've got, okay? I thought about making a TikTok that was like, who should win Best Picture? Or, sorry, let's restart. Who should win Album of the Year, right? And then, over like the first 5 seconds, stickers would pop up and be like, Lizzo, Tyler the Creator, Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, blah, blah, blah. And then I would go, no, 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 no. And I would go, and then a little sticker would pop out, and it would be like, Men at Work for Contraband. I think I've realized I have made some TikToks that are extremely Zoomer approved, to be honest, and they haven't really gone anywhere. So I think I've realized my path to success on TikTok is not to try to turn myself into more of a Zoomer. It's to embrace the boomer aspect, throw them out into the ether, and then see if we can cultivate a certain level of ironic enjoyment. Like, if I could get everybody saying, man, he's old, but he's funny, I can live with that. Yeah, pull the Zoomers into minor boomer territory. Dude, I love, sometimes, some of the stuff that goes viral on TikTok makes me laugh so hard. Like one was, it was like a 14-year-old girl, and she took a sip of tea, and she said, do you ever think about how the American government doesn't criticize China because we have a close trade relationship with them? And I was like, wow, I never thought about it that way. She's asking all the questions the mainstream media is afraid to touch. Why? That's okay. We get HP from this anyway. Sorry, I'm looking to chat for validation that what I said was funny. My mistake. Also saw another one. It was just like and it was viral. It had like 10, maybe 15,000 likes. And it was just, I will admit, he was in decent shape. But it was like a 55-year-old, shirtless, guy with like a NASCAR hat, dancing and going like, I may not be like those fancy city boys, but I forget the way the lyrics went, but it was like, give me a minute and I'll show you how I'm gonna kiss you. And he got like really close to the camera. I was stunned that there was so many comments. I want to reiterate, this guy was like 55. Like, he's as old, he's probably maybe like within 5 years of my dad's age, at least. So, like, why are you doing this in the first place? This is just a little embarrassing, I suppose. But then, there were so many comments that were like, thank God for country boys. There's even one comment that said, please come do this to me right now. I was like, what are you getting all horned up for this weird uncle on TikTok, you weirdo? Get out of here. All those comments are probably other 55-year-old dudes. Would not surprise me. I made a TikTok that was like, you know, hey, questions I get asked as a streamer, right? And then there is just one completely contextless comment that says, hot. And I'm like, I know there is no way that is not from a strange man over the age of 40. Is 100% that is like a guy who just got his first smartphone and is just trying to figure it out. Hello.
I got your TikTok.
Okay, what's my next TikTok, Kate?
Ding, 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 ding. This is me when I'm 1990. This is me 2000. This is me 2020.
You think that's gonna take off?
Yeah.
Ship it. Chat says it's good. This is good to go. Hot. What, did you see the fire rate increase there? Oh, careful. Dude, I'm still struggling. Kate, did you get on Byte yet?
No.
I'm still struggling to figure out how I'm gonna make 6-second content. I cannot. Have you ever listened to me talk?
I got your 6-second.
I'm not a 6-second kind of speaker. I'm like a 60-minute sort of guy.
I got it. This is me.
Oh, no.
Tinder profile. This is real me.
Dude, you know what? I think that joke would actually work. I think
Tinder me, real me.
Me on Tinder versus me in real life.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a joke in there that goes across real quick. You know what it should say? But we got to change it. Instead of me on Tinder, me in real life, guys on Tinder, then guys in real life. It's just a slight punch up that makes it a little bit more universal. Because for now, I don't mind making a joke at my own expense. That's pretty much what my whole career is. But people on TikTok and Byte don't know who I am. So I think it won't fly as well.
Yeah, but it's better than the one that you said, the guy who's bald polishing your head or something. You were giving a thumbs up weird thing.
Chat really likes that one.
It's so cursed.
That's in the Criterion collection. That one is called wow, dude, you got the whole squad laughing.
It's so cursed.
Kate hates it. I think it's hilarious.
I don't get why it's funny.
Could you
explain?
Because as a bald person, everybody makes the same jokes and hilarious comments to you. Oh, how does a bald person know when to stop washing their face? You know? So, by summoning an army of bald individuals who are not laughing, there's innate humor in that. Plus, there's a little meta level of humor for me having never used a smartphone camera before, using one of TikTok's built-in filters to try to do anything.
Yeah, it was so cursed.
Honestly, I think that's my funniest original creation on TikTok, without a doubt.
That's the funniest?
Yeah.
Highly cursed.
I hate having ice here. Grandma Nut is good, but that's basically I stole dance content. I don't know if anybody else is following the analytics, but like Dan is killing it on TikTok. Like 4 of his last 6 videos have gone viral.
Dude, I can get you viral right now.
He understands. He understands. There's a lot of hat-based humor in your world, huh? Okay. It's just many hats.
Guess how long my baldy head is?
Guess how long my baldy head is. Alright, what's the punchline?
That's the punchline.
The punchline is follow to find out.
Exactly. I'll post my real baldy head tomorrow. Make sure you
on Instagram.
Make sure you hit the follow and click the heart.
You know what?
Oh.
Another genre of video on TikTok that makes me laugh every time is okay, so here I just found out this trick. You gotta try it. What's 5 minus 3? And they're like 2. What's 9 minus 4? You go 5. And then you go, what's 6 plus 3? And they go 9. And they go, okay, I want you to think of a number between 1 and 10. What is it? I bet you thought of 7. If it's 7, you have to follow me and send this to 5 of your friends. And I swear to God, all of the replies are like, oh my God, he got me again. Like, I'm not saying everybody on TikTok is an idiot, But there are a lot of idiots on every platform. And they're also on TikTok. Give me a projectile, please. Oh, give me some luck, please. Just post a PEMDAS problem. No, because I don't want to, like, go... Here's the thing. I'm not going to say, like, oh, it would be easy to just make a TikTok that did numbers, because I don't believe that. But I would rather have some... Like, I don't want to become a professional TikTok influencer getting paid by, like, I don't know, Sephora. You know, that's not really a career ambition for me. So I would rather have it be in service of the Northernlion YouTube and Twitch brand. So I would rather, you know, take 250 attempts to get a clip out there. Like the Forza one was like the perfect storm. That was a great clip. Yeah, especially with the Minecraft sounds attached to it. Ooh, oh, oof, oof, oof. But I'm just, you know, I'm willing to accept we're putting out a lot of stinkers simultaneously. That's why, like, a lot of people are like, well, Dan's got, like, you know, oh, Big Brother fame that's helping him. I don't think so. Like, his first, like, 20 TikToks, none of them really took off, I think, but he's built, like, an audience of people that, and I wouldn't have thought that this audience existed, but he's built an audience of people that, like watching Escape from Tarkov highlights on TikTok, which is incredible. He basically created like a market from nothing. Ha 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 ha! The streamer said like 2 times in the same sentence while engaging in a 3-hour-long stream of consciousness about a subject with which he's unfamiliar. Everybody point and laugh. See, no one cares, dude. No one cares. Call me when I say the goddamn word wrong. Until then, keep your mouth shut. He's done it. Okay, Kate's got another 1 million viewed TikTok.
You know how there's always TikTok, whenever you scroll over, always cute girls, there's like music, and they just kind of dance with it?
Yeah.
You should do that.
No.
Thinking that you're really cute, and people would be like, wow, look at this Baldy.
Trust me, I've thought about it. It's not on the list.
Why?
I don't want to go viral on TikTok by any means necessary.
Like,
I want to go viral on TikTok in service of the stuff that I already do on the platforms where I actually make...
Top, dude.
I can't pick it up. I'm cursed, so I can't recover HP.
And then you should have the text that says, can't wait for date tonight. And you go like, dun, 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 dun.
So...
And it's like,
no. Okay, I'll tell you. So what I'm about to say is not very nice. It's not at your expense. It's at the expense of other boomers on TikTok. Ironic, boomers on TikTok are participating in generational treason, in my opinion. There's nothing more pathetic to me on that entire platform than like 45-year-old dudes pretending to be 17 ironically. I'm like, dude, I get it. Nobody in your generation likes you. I hate to tell you, nobody in the generation coming after you likes you either. They're just laughing at you.
Yeah, but they get the view.
Who cares? You don't get anything for views.
You said you wanted the 1 million views.
No, I want it in service of the other stuff I do. I want brand synergy across multiple platforms.
Well, it's the Baldy is brand.
I'm telling you. I think guys on Tinder versus guys when you meet them at the bar, that one will work. That one will do numbers. I might need you to film it for me though.
So would I be able to hold the cell phone steadily while you're filming?
Well, I also needed, like, I had another good idea for a TikTok that I think would be killer. So here's the text of the TikTok is me when someone asks me to do something that I don't want to do, but I don't want to say no because it'll hurt their feelings, which is something that comes up at least once a week in my life. And what it is it's me at the door. We'll punch up the text. It's me at this door, and then, you know, it does the do 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 do, and then it does the time warp thing where you flip around and open the door and disappear.
That sounds horrible.
If you're not familiar with TikTok, you might not know what the time warp is, but
I think. Oh, you mean the one that's just like.
yeah, where you turn into like a snake.
Yeah. You're the one that I told you to do that when that was a trend like 5 months ago, and then you said nah, and now you're into the idea.
Yeah, but
too late.
just do it is not an idea. You gotta. There has to be a joke.
But then you saw definitely.
You don't just film
videos of them just go like.
You don't just film yourself with the filter. You have to.
But that's what you did.
There has to be a premise associated with it. There has to be a punchline.
You can be like, I'm 31 years old, never been to a club. This is my first time at the club.
That one's not as bad as dancing and saying excited for my date tonight.
No, I think that's pretty good.
It's not.
No, I actually have. You know the one that's just like all baldy, but then the music's like dang, 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 just like shoo.
So
and then,
it's
and then I put
stinky.
a wig on you, and then everyone goes like, "Oh my god, he's actually hot with hair." I just need to get a wig.
I think you should make a TikTok account and we'll try some of these on your channel. And if they work,
But I'm not bald.
you can use me as an actor.
Oh, okay.
For these. I feel like every on TikTok it's easier to go viral within your present locale. You know what I mean? Hey. So like I feel like when you make a TikTok, it goes out to people that are in close geographical proximity. So I think I should just become one of those channels that's like, hey yo, Vancouver check, and then it's like, Science World. You know, the Olympic torch, Canada Place, the SkyTrain. I've seen those. They get like 35,000 likes, and
Why would I want that?
I mean, I'm with you. I don't really get it either.
All I want to do is just create cat videos.
Yeah, you should.
I already do.
And then nothing to worry about.
I'm not worried. It's you making me.
I'm not worried either. You're coming. You've hit me with 8 ideas so far.
I have hit you.
I've
with
got my
$1 million view ideas.
I got my own ideas.
No, your idea sucks. They're like 5 months old. 5 months
You
too late.
get out of here. I'm working right now. Everybody's full of ideas. Very few people want to get their hands dirty for the execution.
Whoa. How come we didn't laugh?
Ah! I got destroyed. Anyway, when you leave, can you close the door, please? Thank you. We should probably move on. I mean, to be honest, I need to download Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is like probably under 200 megabytes would be my guess. Ticket to Ride. You guys want to do the John Lennon part or the Paul McCartney part? So if you want to sing the lead, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Today, yeah. Away, yeah. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. And we don't care. Wait, she don't care. God damn it. You got to admit, the rap verse goes pretty hard in that song, though. Nobody said what rap verse. Is that the joke? I don't know why she's riding so high. She's gonna think twice. She's gonna do it right, mommy. That was like the original, like, mumble rap. Hello, Daniel. Hot. I still don't know enough songs on TikTok either. Hello, Daniel.
There was this one time